Excuse the noise for a little bit, but she's back on the stand. That's how I get it up on the stand. Right there. Now I can put the weight back on it. I got it locked in, and I got the arm back in. It'll be easier for me to spin it, rotate it, put on the head. I got the noise going because that's the heater. So I'll be back. All right, this is the gasket, and I've always used this on everything I put back on the heads, even the four-wheeler. I use that. It's just an adhesive sealant. If it's got any cuts, scratches that you might be a little scared of, that right there is real good to put on it. It'll hold it. And all I do, I put it down on that spray, both sides, wait till it gets a little bit tacky, and then put it on. And then I give the two steps of torque. Even though this book just has one step, but I still do two. All right, that's what it's gonna look like when it's sprayed down. And it's when it starts to get tacky, I test it from on this side here. It's not tacky enough. A little more, and then I can lay the head on it and torque it down. But that's all that is. And forgot to mention, I cleaned up the surface here with the brake cleaner right there. I'm done with that can now. I cleaned the surface of the head, so when everything goes down, there's no grease or oil or anything like that in between it. All right, got all the bolts down to about 18 pounds, starting as usual, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 over there. Now I just checked the book again. It said go 59, then 64. So I'll do 59, the same sequence, and then 64. All right. Okay, so after I did the 20, I let it sit for about 10 minutes. I just did the 59. I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes, and then I run the 64 on it. And I did the 59 twice, just to make sure that there wasn't something that I missed or something moved after it got torqued down further down the line. I went back and did 59, everything was good. And I did it with the 20 also. I went through, did 20 twice. All right. All right, this was the final torque. And see how the copper spray is squeezing out? And that's what I want to see. A little bit of squeezing out means a perfect seal in there now. But yeah, on this side, see what it looks like here. Okay, right there's the only place you'd see the copper spray. And I did went up a pound. I did 65. For some reason, that one moved some. That one moved some. And I think this one here moved a little bit. Everything else was good, so I backed it out, back to the 59, and then went back to 64 and went that way. That way I know it's seated good. That'll be it for me for the night. This is something else I do. I take the plugs out, put that little tiny little funnel in there, and just put a little bit of oil. It really doesn't have to be any special oil. I just want, whenever I spin the engine, that the first spin actually brings oil up on the walls of the cylinders. I don't have the cam in yet, so none of these valves would be damaged even in a regular vehicle at this time. This vehicle here is a non-interference, so it really doesn't matter if I had the cam or not. Then I have all my markings set, the red mark there, and I just have to do the cam stuff, but I'll put the oil in the cylinders first before anything. Okay, we got the cam sitting here. Don't forget to slip on everything that you have to slip on, and put some lube down in these little saddles where the cam sits. The bolts holding down the cam, these right here, is going to be 19 foot-pounds, and the one up in front, 48, that's holding the sprocket for the timing belt. Don't forget you have a cap that goes on the back here. It caps off the whole back, so nothing, no oil and stuff bypass. And then you have a front piece that still goes on the front. So all those things, don't forget it, or else you'll have a bad oil leaks everywhere. And the gear right here is for your distributor. Most cars don't have distributor now, but that's what it used to be, slanted gears. So we'll go ahead and put all that together now. All right, this is just sitting in here right now. I can actually turn it up to where it'll be the number one ready, like the front. Got oil on the tips of the valves. So when I sit everything down, they all got oil everywhere. So I'll go ahead and put the top on. Okay, I got the lifters on, and it's got little arrows or points going this way, all the way. So if you were to put it the other way around, these two wouldn't line up. None of them would line up, because this one would be just, it wouldn't work out the way it should. And the spring here will want to push forward. You have to push it in and then drop it into the holes on this side here. Now I can torque this down. I think I have to put some silicone on this joint up in front. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll check on the one on the back. This was just a test fit, seeing if everything is on. I got to clean it up a little bit and then put it on. Okay, everything's lubed up. Got the silicone beads just curing. Cleaned up the surface of the cam. Now I could lay it in there and torque it down, which is 19 foot-pounds, starting from the inside and move out, just like the head. All right. All right, this is that little cap that goes in the back. This is a new one here. It's completely rubber, so you don't have to put any silicone on it. It's a metal core on the inside. You put it in there like that and just slide it in, then torque the top down. It isn't torqued yet, it's just laying there. And then that'll pinch it. Or if you want, you can, I guess, put some Permatex on it and put it in to make sure it's sealed. It should be good with just the rubber. All right, now dealing with the front of it. I got these cheap paper-like gaskets, so I'm going to be putting on the Permatex on it. The original one was a metal gasket. I wish that's what I had, but I don't. What I'll do now is just clean up in here as much as I can. The surface is clean. It might look a little dirty, but it's clean. But the inside, I need to clean up inside there, so that that piece right there, that little lip, sits inside of there. So I'll put Permatex on both sides of the gasket, put it on, and then lock it down in place. The same 19 foot-pounds on those. All right. And give an idea what the Permatex look like. I just put the gasket down. It's got a brush in there, and I just brush it on, and that's it right there. Now, it gets really, really tacky when it's ready. It still isn't ready. So I'll give it a little more time, and it doesn't come on the finger. Give it a little more time, then I can put on that piece there. That's the housing to the distributor, the distributor gear, and it comes together right in that area. And I'm gonna put this in red, or I can leave that, but I'll have to put where it is on the other side, that little beak in red, just so we all know that's where the timing goes, this little dot. I'll wait on this to dry up. All right, now this is torqued down good. Everything is seated well. Just have to put on the seal right here, the new seal. Don't forget, oil the surface of this right here, and then oil the inside of the O-ring. And I put on a little Permatex when I'm putting them in. It helps it be lubricated. You could put oil or whatever, soapy water, but I just put Permatex. It seals it and it helps it slide in. I had to come outside in the sun to see this one. There's the number one. Try to focus. Right above it has a little arrow. It goes around number two. The little arrow is a little bit off to the side. It's not directly on that toot. You go again and keep going. I think it's somewhere right. Oh, there's the number three, and the arrow is not on the toot again. And then there's number four right there, and the arrow is off to the side. So the number one, I'll have to put a better mark, but the mark is right above it right there. And that's the best I can see it. Well, I'll highlight it so it'll be more visible. That'll be it for me for the day. I got this sitting there so when I scratch it off, I can see these numbers a little bit better, the little arrows. Everything else is in, and this is the one, as long as that's lined up, you're okay. But no need to highlight that because it goes right there. So that's it. And I usually just do 10, 15, maybe an hour tops a day on this engine. So it has day one, day two, day three. It really might be equal out to about 5 hours now. But I got a job, so I can't be here all day doing this. All right, then. Thanks for watching.